All right. Thank you. One more time for Ashley and all the comics you've seen tonight. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it inside. Some of you are excited. Some of you are tempering expectations. I appreciate that. I like that. I don't want everyone just like, yeah. I want some people that are going to make me earn their love. And that's, you know, like a good stepdad, you know? I'm here for someone else. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. If someone brought you to the show tonight, you're kind of like a stepdad. You're like, I'm here for her. Let's see what you can do. You know? It's my time to shine. Time to jig. Dance a little for you. So good. I'm so glad to be back. This is my second time in Alameda. Last time we did last year we did the shows outside, and I didn't appreciate that because I live in Southern California where it doesn't get as cold, and so I was out there and I was like, what? You know? It's hard to do me in the cold. I don't have a cold demeanor. I have a very like, oh yeah, turn the heat up, please, kind of demeanor. That's why we have all the space heaters kind of set out. I don't know if you noticed the space heater on the piano. That's in my writer. I was like, need some space heaters set up, you know. It's very nice to be here. I love Alameda. I don't know what's going on. Clap it up if you live here. Yeah, you live here. All right, couple people there, right up here. Everyone else, we just kind of snuck on the islands. Yeah. So everyone else knows what I'm talking about. You guys, yeah, like it seems like a secret society. A little bit of like Alameda, you know. It feels a little bit like I feel like my checkout of the hotel is tomorrow, but I feel like if I stayed an extra day, there'd be a knock on my door from the mayor. They're like, hey, we loved having you. When are you leaving? It feels a little bit like that. Like it's nice, but also, you know, I don't trust it, you know? It's like you guys have something secret going on over here and you don't want everyone to find out about it. I like it though. It's an island. You keep calling it an island. I don't see it. I guess. I won't argue with it. I'm not going to circumnavigate the island and prove you wrong. You're like, I went all the way around. It's a peninsula. Like, I'm not going to do that to you. It's just I landed in Oakland and I took an Uber ride and I didn't notice, you know? I'm like, I got here on wheels. How islandy is this island? But I like it. Staying at the hotel, it's like about 7 minutes away. Took the Uber over here and drove by that fancy high school you guys have. Good Lord, what a fancy... Did you see that high school? Did anyone here go to that high school? Oh, there's one person right there. You went to that high school? Yeah. Are you going there currently? Yeah, I mean that as a compliment. You look like a youthful young person. You're going there currently. What grade are you in? You're junior there. Is that the most, I guess, what do you have to compare it to? Is that the only high school you've ever been to? Yeah. That is the most intimidating high school. I am 35 years old. I was intimidated in the Uber as it drove by, all right? Like, I graduated high school in 2005 with a 2.75 GPA, which is not bad, it's not good, it's right there, you know? And I've never felt bad about my education until I was in an Uber. We went by that school. I looked at it. I'm like, I don't know how to conjugate a verb. And I feel like the building knows. I feel like the building knows. You're going to grow up to change the world, young man. You're going to do great. Because that is an intimidating school. It looks like a mall. It looks like Socrates went there or something. It's like that's where that guy went and didn't get a last name, you know? You might have a last name. I don't know, but it's cool. I like the area. It's very nice. I flew in yesterday, and I came in on Southwest, which is always that's a fun flight, right? A good Southwest flight. Just go in there with everybody. I love a good Southwest terminal. Everyone looks like they woke up 10 minutes ago. No one's ready. No one knows the rules. Like, what? Just no care. Oh, all right. Like their carry-on's too big. I can't fit this tent on the plane? Like, no, you can't. You gotta check that. You know? Everyone, I love that. Everyone looks late. Everyone looks like they're headed to a tragedy. Everyone looks like no one booked a Southwest flight 6 months out. That's a flight you booked the night before. And you're like, you remembered the eulogy, right? All right, we're going to a funeral. I don't know. It's high pressure. I fly all the time, and every week I'm at an airport. There's so much pressure. You gotta, looking out for all this sex trafficking. I don't know if you guys fly as much as I do, but that is every recorded message at every airport in the country. Keep an eye out for sex trafficking. If you see it, let us know. And that's the end of the message. And I'm like, we need more information. Like, what does that look like? That's not enough info. What am I supposed to look for? Am I supposed to look for a woman crying? Because that's every airport. Every airport I've ever been to, there's a woman crying, or about to cry, or just finished crying. Am I supposed to look for an angry man? There's an angry man at every airport. It's just not enough, Give me more information. It's a lot of stress on me because I'm trying to be betterment for the world. Like, keep an eye out. And I'm like, oh. Well, it'd be so embarrassing if I called someone out for a second and they weren't, I'm like, that person's upset. You're like, it's just, I think, a victim. And then they look into it like, no, her carry-on was too big. And she can't. Now she's gonna have to check her bag to her final destination. Like, you weren't clear in the message. Should have more information in the loudspeaker. I don't know. We're all trying to do our best. It's nice to travel within California, but not leave it. So it's nice. I got a quick flight back home. I'll be home before 10 a.m. tomorrow. It'll be nice, It's good to get back home. It's beautiful. I love living in California. It's getting tougher, California is, it's not for the weak. It's for us tough people. Look at the weather we've been putting up with. 2 weeks ago, we were in a drought. And now we're like, less water, please. Good God. We just have the extremes. It's either like no water, you're like, don't you dare take a shower. And now you're like, oh my God, get the boat. We are dying. We are dying. There's too much water. It's not enough. It's too much. I don't know. Can we shower again? Like, can we do that? That's going to be the postcard for California, just someone showering in a flood. Like they have a clogged drain. It's rough. Yeah, California is rough, man. We're breaking up into 2 groups. The 2 groups are getting bigger and bigger, and they're making us choose who we're going to be. And I don't like to choose, but they're making us choose. Who are you going to be? Are you going to be homeless, or are you going to be a billionaire? And it's hard, because I know which one I want to be. But I also know which one is way more likely. That van is calling my name, I gotta tell you. I was actually thinking about homeless people and billionaires, and you know what? I think it's the same person. It's the same person. Like, if you take away the money and the rocket ships and all that, it's the same guy. Like neither group has a ton of friends. They're both kind of judged by mass society. They both say wild things. Wild things. I can control the weather, I'm gonna buy Twitter. That's the same guy. It's just one of them has the money to do it, and the other one's just yelling it at a bus stop, That's the difference, but other than that, we're splitting hairs. So it's good. Doing my best out there. Doing my best, trying to live my life properly. I don't know. Mainly tonight, I'm just trying to look comfortable in this leather jacket. That is what's going on with me. Yeah, could you tell? You're like, that's not him at all. I don't know, you ever buy like a piece of clothing that you wish you could wear? Like, you can wear whatever you want, but what you feel like you can pull off in your own personality. I bought this leather jacket, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be a leather jacket guy. And then I put it on, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, who is that? That's not me at all, I feel like Kaniki right now in Greece. That's honestly what I thought high school was going to be. Did you think high school was going to be like Greece? Because it kind of looks like Rydell High down there. Like a fancy Rydell. That's honestly what I thought. I was raised by a single mom. We watched Grease a lot during my young formative years. And that's honestly what I thought high school was going to be. I'm going to join a fun gang. Not the ones you hear about on the news, but just a fun gang where we sing during lunch. How great would that be? Just hang out with your friends after lunch, do a little scoot up, And no one ever told me that wasn't going to happen. Because I also never verbalized out loud what I thought it was going to be. Just in the back of my little young head, I'm like, we're going to do a lot of singing and dancing once we get to high school. And then we got to middle school, and I'm like, middle school kind of sucks. This would be a weird pivot. If you just went from regular crappy middle school to all of a sudden just full theater, But then we got up there, and there was no singing or dancing. I was so bummed. I'm like, where's my gang? I was supposed to be in a gang, the T-Birds. We're supposed to be singing. God, tell me more, tell me more. I loved it. I don't know if you guys have rewatched Grease recently. They just put it on Netflix. And I watched it with Emma. She had never watched Grease. And we were listening to the lyrics, and she's like, good Lord. And I was like, I don't remember hearing that when I was 7. It's funny, like when you're 7 and lyrics don't connect with you, they just become part of the song, and then you're older and you hear every lyric and you're like, what? Well, tell me more, did she put up a fight? And you're like, what? Everything I know about consent says there should be no fight. If there is a fight, that means no, I think. But that doesn't fit in with do-up-up, do-up-up, do-up-up. You're like, I think sometimes it's better not to rewatch things you liked as a kid. You're like, let those memories be in 1993. I know that movie came out before that, but that's when I watched it. 1993. I grew up with a weird childhood. I was watching Grease and Van Damme movies. It was a very oddly rounded Yeah? Van Damme? Yeah, that's what I watched. When I was a kid, I knew all the dance steps to Grease, and I could do the splits because of Van Damme. I was like the weirdest kid of all time. I loved it, man. I thought that Van Damme was the best because I was born in Budapest. I had an accent, as a kid, and here was a guy who had an accent, and he looked uncomfortable on camera. And I was like, that's who I am. I'm like, Van Damme, and if you get uncomfortable, you just do the splits. That's what you do. It's a great icebreaker. You make some new friends, especially at that age. You're 7. You're like, my name's Gary. My name's John. And I'm like, splits, I'm Zoltan. And then you made a friend for life right there. You do the splits in 93, I loved it. I actually got to meet Jean-Claude Van Damme when I was a kid. We lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was in 1st grade, and we lived with this Hungarian lady who knew the makeup artist for the movie Sudden Death, which was shot in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is not the best movie. It's based on hockey. Van Damme plays a firefighter who terrorists are going to blow up the hockey arena, and then he has to go, he's one firefighter, he's like, I'm going to kick these terrorists' ass, and he shows up, somehow he ends up in the game. There's a scene where he's the goalie, somehow he got into a fight in the locker room, and he accidentally got into a goalie costume, and next thing he knows, he's like, glove save, like he did the splits with the gear, glove save. And when I was a kid, that was the best. But I got to go on set and watch him shoot a scene, and I didn't know about stunt doubles. I was in the 1st grade. I thought these artists were sacrificing their lives. If I thought you died in an action movie, I thought you sacrificed your life for this art. No, that guy got his head kicked off in the 5th round because he loves acting. And so when I found out we're going on the set, I'm like, we're going to go watch a murder. This is amazing. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought I was going to go see. People didn't understand, I watched Bloodsport when I was 5, because we had moved to the country, and my mom didn't know what a rating system was. She was learning to speak English, and I'd be like, Mom, I'm going to watch this movie. She's like, okay, and I would just be watching Van Damme breaking people's legs, snapping their heads off, and I'm 5, just in the splits, going, yeah, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And then I went to school, and my new friends at school were like, do you watch the Power Rangers? And then I went to watch the Power Rangers with them at their house. I'm like, this is the lamest thing I've ever seen. Everyone's still alive, no one's bleeding. Why aren't any of them sleeping with the women? What's going on? Like, that's what I was 5 years old, and I already knew about all of this, you know? And so I had like a weird upbringing because we didn't know about rating systems. So I went in to go see Jean-Claude Van Damme shoot a movie, and we went into the fight scene. That's when I found out about stunt doubles. Like, he didn't do anything. Like, I was 7 years old. I'm like, I'm gonna watch him do the thing. He's gonna come in and kick that guy's ass. And we're like, action. And then he'd come in, he'd go, and it'd be a cut. And then he'd leave. And then some other guy who kind of looked like him would just finish off. And I just remember, like, it was almost like coming downstairs and seeing Santa Claus making out with your mother. I grew up without a dad, so that was my Santa Claus moment, was seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme not be Jean-Claude Van Damme in front of my eyes. And then I was like, well, at least afterwards, maybe I'll get a picture with this phony. And he didn't take a picture with me. He came by and he's like, someone's like, he doesn't have time, so all I have is a Polaroid of me with a stunt double. The guy who did the real work. That was an impromptu story that doesn't have an end to it. And I know most jokes are supposed to ha 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 and then pay off and then, but I just felt really comfortable with you and I wanted to let you know that I was a big Van Damme fan and I thought the Power Rangers were lame. You guys are fun. This is the last show of the weekend. We're here to, have a good time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Absolutely. You guys have already been the best crowd of the entire weekend. Oh, you have. You have. Every crowd we've had all weekend, they've been fun, but they haven't been like, yeah. Every crowd we've had has been like, yes. Which is still good. I'll take that. But you guys are like next level, Everyone else was like going to the opera. You guys are like Monster Jam. Gravediggers coming in. It's wonderful. But yeah, I have enjoyed being in your neighborhood. I went and had breakfast this morning. I met a fan earlier today. Is Brad here? Brad? No? Wow, he did. What's that? I'll be your Brad. That sounded inviting and threatening at the same time. I'll be your Brad. And you're like, is this a Van Damme scene? Anyway, well, that's really weird because I asked this on the early show too, and he wasn't there either. I'm really concerned because I met a guy named Brad at a coffee shop. He's like, I'm coming to your show tonight. And I'm like, which one? He goes, 7 o'clock. And I asked at 7, he wasn't here. And now he's not here. Does anyone know Brad? Listen, you damn Islanders, speak up. What have you done with Brad? Did he not pay his HOA fees? What did you guys do with Brad? It was wild. Yeah, he recognized me at the coffee shop, which is like an exciting time for me. I don't get recognized often, so it makes me, Because I just went in to have some coffee and a breakfast, and I was sitting there, and I could tell he was looking at me. He looked over at me, but I thought he was paying attention to what was going on behind me. Because behind me, there was a woman with a baby who was yelling for a beer. Which that's pretty attention grabbing, all right? If you're at a coffee shop, you don't even know they have beer, and someone comes in with a baby, you guys have beer? And you're like, whoa. And then I'm looking at that, and then I catch his eyes. I'm like, no, you're probably looking at that, right? Because that's, we have a lot of questions. And he comes over and he goes, are you Zoltan? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Zoltan. And we shake hands. He says, dude, I'm coming to your show. And I'm like, hell yeah, I appreciate it. And that part made me feel good. But I also never assume that anyone recognizes me because it's only happened to me like 5 times. And usually I'm like, I can tell because someone makes eye contact and they're like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And I welcome it with open arms. But something happened that made me stop going. And it happened at LAX. I was at an airport. I was at the LA airport. And I was sitting there waiting to board a flight. And there was a dude just looking at me. And I could see, he was like, and I was like, here we go. I started like posing. I'm like, it is me. And then after a couple minutes, he gets up and walks over. So in my head, I'm like, all right, be ready, be courteous. Don't be like Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know? Don't snub this, be polite, and just be like, yeah, yes, it is me. Well, how are you? You know, I was getting myself ready for that. And then as he comes over, he's like, hey. And I'm like, yes. And he goes, yeah, your flashlight's on your phone, and you're blinding my wife. And ever since then, I've never assumed anyone recognizes me. Because I'm always like, I think I'm blinding someone's wife with my eyes. But I really am concerned about Brad. I think this is a search party now. We're all gonna hit the mean streets of Alameda and figure it out, man. What's up, everybody? One more time for Carter. He almost got my name. That is a tough name to nail, man. I've never seen someone quit in the middle of it, though. That was Zoltan, and then he's like, I have one of those last names, but where like looking at it doesn't help. Like if you're like, what was it? How do I pronounce it? Looking at it's not gonna help. That's like someone just punched you in the eyes with letters. Like, figure that out, you know? It's so nice to be here. One more time for Carter and Old Man Willie. Lord. I don't know if they talked about it, but I feel like they could be related. Like I got similar energies from both of them. Like I can see Carter being Willie in like 70 more years. He's gonna age into a lot of those jokes. Like it's gonna be good. I like Carter. He has the look of like a villain from the 20s, you know? He looked like he just got done tying someone to train tracks. All right, some of you are into it, some of you were bored. All right, we're getting started. We're gonna start low, we're gonna build high, don't worry. It's good. It's first time here in the blue room, and you guys meant it. It's blue. All right. You guys are on theme. I love it. They told me this used to be a church. Yeah. I could, like, this was one of those cool churches, though. You could tell. Was it? Someone's like, I heard someone go, no, it wasn't. It was in between. Did you go to it?
I came a couple times.
Yeah. Was there, like, trips? It felt like this was, like, a church where they had trips.
No, it was interesting.
It was interesting. Wow, what a subtle way to say it turned into a cult, huh? The way he said it, it was interesting. And I was like, we get it, man. Well, I'm waiting for the documentary too. Just like you. It's gonna be a hell of a documentary. That's why anytime I see someone in the news, my wife and I, we nudge each other, like, can't wait for that documentary. You know, every time we're like, that's gonna be a badass documentary. The submarine thing, you know that's coming out. It's already out. It's already out?
It's already out.
They made it already?
They made it already.
But who's editing that? God, who's editing these documentaries? It's like, we don't even know yet. Just do it. Just make it. We're going to come up with 2 endings. A really joyful ending, and then the one where that guy's giving the speech. Did you guys watch that guy's speech? The guy for the Coast Guard? There was a catastrophic implosion. Which, that's not, like, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me when I was a kid and I'd watch the news and I didn't know big words. And that doesn't explain what happened. Because that's, like, if I was a kid and I listened to catastrophic implosion, I'd be like, so are they alive? Or, like, that's not enough. I need, like, a visual. Someone in the back to go, like, that's what catastrophic implosion means, man. That's a bummer. I did $250,000 for that trip, and I looked into it. They didn't even have seats. Did you guys know that? In the submarine, no chairs. Spirit Airlines has chairs. $50, wherever you want to go. Chairs. $250,000, and you show up and like,
It just looked like they had a drawing. I was on a website and they had like a drawing of the submarine, and they just had a picture of 5 people sitting cross-legged with one window. They had to share one window. $250,000, one person gets the window seat, and you just... Honestly, when you looked at the diagram of the people sitting in there, it looked like a punishment. It didn't look like a wild adventure. It looked like they were sentenced to something harsh. They're like, listen, you guys, you're going in the submarine. And you're like, no, please. And you're going. You're not getting the window seat. There will be no seats. It's classic. Rich people never know how to have fun. They don't. That's what they do for fun. They're like, we're going to go on a submarine, $250,000. Every rich person activity sounds like a punishment. The opera, you know? Polo, you know? Caviar, like pheasant hunting, and you're like, ugh. That's all I had on it. I was trying to watch the news. I don't know. It was fun. I've never been up here to Springfield, Missouri. I've done Kansas City. That's where I flew into. I landed into Kansas City. New airport over there. I don't know if you guys go check that out. They had the oldest airport before, and now it's the newest one. I don't know if you've ever been down there, but the oldest airport, like you wouldn't, there's no, it was, not only was it before 9/11, it was before World War II. Like that's how old that airport looked. They're like, there's never been anything bad that's happened in this country. That's how, like you could drop someone off and wave to them as they boarded their flights. And I like that. It was easy to find the Uber pickup area because it was just the curb, you know. They're like, is this the Uber? Yeah, you're at it. I'm like, all right. But now it's like super modern. Like it was beautiful. I got off and I had to go tinkle. And I ran into the restroom, and they actually had a sign that lets you know how many stalls were opened, like before you went in there. And I'm like, that's a little too technical, you know? Leave a little mystery, you know? Isn't that fun? You get off that flight, your teeth are floating, and you're like, I really gotta, oh, there's a line, you know? Don't take all the thrill out of life. Let me live a little. Just a little. I don't know. Then we had gotten a rental car, got a badass rental car. It's a Cadillac. I've never driven a Cadillac in my life. And they didn't want to give it to me, but they didn't have the car that I was supposed to have, so they had to begrudgingly give me an upgrade. That's a good little traveler's tip, because I travel all the time. If you get up to the counter and they really try to push the upgrade on you, hey, for an extra $50, I can put you in a Cadillac. What that means is that Nissan Versa isn't back yet. And they're trying to get some money, so just stay strong. You're gonna get the Cadillac. Okay? You're gonna get that Cadillac. Don't pay an extra $50 for it. Next time they ask you, they just go, oh, the Versa's not back yet? And watch their face go, damn it, he knows their secrets. Free upgrade. And we made the drive out here. It was me by myself. But I talk in my head, so it feels like I'm not alone. Made that drive, man. There's nothing between here and Kansas City, dude. Nothing, man. A lot of nothing. Nothing and then Amish. And you're like, wow, you know? It's so crazy because we keep, like, I feel like I'd scare them, you know? If I pulled over and showed them what's going on in this Cadillac, they'd be like, get the hell out of here, dude. With your witchcraft. I don't even know if I could explain AI to the Amish. I wouldn't even know how. Just like imagine if the butter that you're churning ended up one day killing you all. Like imagine that happening. I think that's the best way I can explain it. It's a tough one, you know. But they might be living right, you know, because we've used every piece of technology to make sure we hate each other. Everything that's come out, we're like, how can I hate someone with this? But they're over there. There's no group chat in the Amish community. That's just 5 people in the same room. That's what a group chat is. What was that? Jebediah? You know? That's a group chat right there. Yeah, it's creepy. It's a creepy drive. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had to pee and I was hungry, and the next stop was a town called Humansville. I kept driving, you know? And I was hungry. Nope. You ever have those moments you just drive and you see the name of the town? Like, we're not doing that.
I take it you didn't stop at Fair Play after that? Or
What's that?
did you stop in Fair Play after
No, I kept driving until I got here. Because after I saw Humansville, I'm like, we're not stopping anywhere. Because it felt like a trap, you know? Humansville sounded like aliens from outer space took over a town, and they're like, how do we get them to come in? Name it something relatable. Humansville! And then you show up, there's just no one's blinking. Welcome to Humansville! Think you're having a good time, next thing you know, they're sucking out your spinal fluid. Watch a lot of Black Mirror, you guys. Because it was Amish, and then like right outside, like this city's cool, like the town here, and then right outside of it, a little methy. And let's be honest, you know, it's methy. It's a little. I don't know what that. I guess that's still Springfield, but like right outside where you get off the freeway, and then it's like I ate at a Jimmy John's over there. You know, which I try not to, because the owner kills lions in Africa, so I try not to support that, but I was hungry. And I was in the middle of what felt like nowhere, and I'm like, you know, someone's gonna eat these sandwiches, so I went in there, but as I pulled in, there was a shirtless dude, this big jacked up white dude, shirtless, and he was just walking. You know, like some people gotta walk where you're like, oh, there's a felony coming at the end of that walk. You can tell in the stance, you're like, he's headed to something bad, you know? And I looked closer, he had an ankle bracelet, like the monitor. And I'm like, where are the police? Like, there's no way his boundaries are the town. Like, yeah, just feel free to walk around all methy and shirtless, scaring the town folk. Where are the police? He was scaring the town folk. I know I wasn't the only one afraid, it was me and Jimmy. Looking out there going, hope he's not hungry. I don't think we could take him together, even together. He looked like he had the good prison muscles. Okay. Oh, please eat. I see you holding your sandwich. Oh, you're laughing too hard? I'll slow it down. I don't want to keep you from eating. I just saw you holding that sandwich, and I'm like, eat, man. Enjoy yourself. Because I hate you guys, because I love eating, and thankfully my wife loves eating too. We're one of those couples, when the food arrives, we don't talk. You know, we do all our talking before and after. Once the food arrives, it's like we're in a fight, you know? But we're not. We're in a very lovely place. We're eating food, and our endorphins are high. But the worst is if we go on a double date with like another couple, and most other couples just don't eat like they do, and then they're like, and my wife and I are like you right now, just going. And we're pretending to be into it, but on the inside we're like, shut up! Shut up and eat! We didn't have a snack before this meal, because we knew this dinner was coming. Now you're not letting us eat. Let us eat. Yeah, man. It's good. Last weekend, I've been traveling a lot. Last weekend, I didn't travel for comedy. It was my buddy's bachelor party. A bunch of guys, and I'm 36, so a bunch of mid-30s to late 30s. We went to Parker, Arizona, which, I don't know, if you haven't been to Parker, Arizona, what I expect Humansville to be like, you know? It's a bunch of people where you're not real. Are you serious? It's just like you picture Arizona, but picture like cast a movie about Arizona where the casting is a little on the nose. That's what Parker, Arizona is. There's a lot of dudes in hats, like baseball caps, but their hats are too big for their heads, so it covers the tops of their ears. Do you know what look I'm talking about? It's like bro-y, but not for the ocean. They're like... I grew up in Southern California, so I get it. Like, if you don't get it, there's two political parties in Southern California. There's people that go to the beach and people that go to the river. All right? Those are the two. And by the way, it doesn't split as liberal and conservative. It splits as sunshine or hell. I want to hang out in hell. It's 110 degrees. It was so hot. And everyone was scary. And my friend group, the guy who's the bachelor, he was having a great time, but he befriends everybody. So we had the biggest motley crew of people that I've ever met, like people that I would never hang out with my entire life. I'm now spending a weekend with at the river. There's this one dude who fit right in. He looked like our connect to the town. His name was Jenny, I think. That was a nickname. He was one of those guys that had like 4 nicknames, so I never really got his name. And he was just covered in tattoos, head to toe, which I'm not judging, that's fine. But there was a beautiful moment on the drive back when we were talking about work and how stressful, because they have real jobs, not this fake stuff that I do, but like they have real jobs, and he just goes, money isn't everything. I've really learned that money isn't everything, even though I have the opposite tattooed on my leg. And I was like, what'd you say? And then he pulled up his leg and it said, money is everything on his leg. And I was like, oh man. So what now, I was like, well, I'm going to keep it, but, it'll remind me that I was wrong. It's important. They did so much drugs, and they shouldn't. I'm not a drug guy, never been. I have a low resting heart rate. That's my reason. I've never done, people do the cocaine now, all that stuff. I've never tried it, because one time I took an Adderall, and then it was fun. I was in Vegas, I took one little Adderall, and I just couldn't stop talking. I had, all night, just blah, 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 blah. I had nothing to say, but I couldn't shut up. It's the most I've ever said about nothing the entire time. And the next morning I woke up and it felt like I was sprinting, but I wasn't sprinting. My heart was just beating like a rabbit, and I woke everybody up. And they're like, yeah, that happens sometimes. And I'm like, you should be more afraid. And they're like, no, we're not. And I was like, okay. And I never did anything after that. I do edibles. That's what I'm into. I'm into the calming ones, I'm into the stuff where you go, if you get a drug that does that, I'll give it a try, Do you have one? If you can smile while doing it and not feel the need to, keep talking, then I'm into it. I love a little edible. I'm so happy those are illegal. Could you imagine if they were illegal still? Like having to buy that from a drug dealer? Having to go into some drug dealer's studio apartment and be like, what are you here for? The gummy bears. I'd be so embarrassed. I'd have to order something else, just so he wouldn't judge me. And some black tar heroin, that too. The gummy bears are for the kids, the smacks for daddy, And I gotta flush the heroin. I'm not doing that, I'm just trying to giggle while watching TV. Marijuana in some form or fashion has been legal in this country for about 10 years, I think. I don't know, I half looked it up. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in those last 10 years, anxiety and conspiracy theories through the roof. And I'm not saying they're connected. I'm just saying it's worth looking into, Sometimes I get on the wrong side of a little gummy, and then I'll make eye contact with one of the cats and be like, what do you know? Tell me right now, what the hell do you know? And they just not impressed with me.
Energy and loudness, I love it. Oh, it is so forced. I feel it. You guys are, I believe it. That was good work, but you guys haven't wooed like that genuinely in 2 decades. Let's be honest, all right? Whatever high school concert you went to, that was like, ah! And you're like, ah! You know? This is too nice of a neighborhood to yell like that. I love this. We're in the middle of a quaint neighborhood. Just a little shopping center. And look at us here, late. You just woke up. You had a moment where you zoned out and oh my God, I'm here. That's gonna happen 2 more times during my set, at least. I get it, it's late. It's 10 o'clock and we're out. Nothing's open in the strip mall. It's all shut down. We're in this, it's been closed for hours. There's groceries here. We're surrounded by a Shake Shack. That's been closed for even more hours. It's just a quaint little neighborhood right over here. Isn't that crazy? Most people are at their home right now, and they got like a Ring doorbell alert, and they're like, oh, it's just a squirrel. You know, it's one of these neighborhoods. You get a Ring doorbell, nothing happens, and then you gotta turn down the camera sensitivity. You're like, I can't. Lets me know every time a car drives by. I don't want to know that. I want to catch a porch pirate. That's what I want to get. But it just looks like nothing happens here. This feels like modern Mayberry. Just a little. That's what it feels like. I've just been walking around. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. I can't whistle, but you know how it goes. It's. That was so hard. I can't do it blowing out. I gotta suck in while I do it. That's how I whistle. My God. But it's very nice to be here. Raleigh, this is my second time here. I don't know what you guys are hiding, but you're hiding something. It's too quaint of a town. There's too much. It just feels like the Truman Show as I walk around. I don't think any of you are real. I think you're paid to just walk around and politely nod and not say a word to me as we pass each other. Like, I walked by some people, they weren't even having conversations. They were just going, shh, 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 and I was like, were you sent in to be person at bus stop? Like, what? It's crazy. Everything's been oddly perfect, too, since I've come here. It's suspicious. I went into a coffee shop this morning. It was jam-packed, but there was one table left for me to sit down. And then I just sat down, and I was like, this is weird. I don't like it. I was at the hotel gym, and I was working out, and then someone came in, and then they left. And I was like, that's perfect. Like, that's a little... You knew to get the hell out of here. That's the rules. If you don't know, those are the silent rules of the hotel gym. If you go in and anyone is in there, you leave. You forget about your plans and you go order some Uber Eats. That's what you do. I didn't want to work out anyway. But yeah, it's a very nice town. It seems very... I'm staying right at the A-Loft. Bob and I are over at the A-Loft. Our viewpoint is the Watchtower, where it's just college students taking graduation photos. That's all it is. It's just... At all hours of the day, just news and I'm like, clearly you're not keeping up with the news. There's no job for you. There's nothing, there's not going to be anything for you to do. What are you doing? You're going to be waving a cooling leaf on whatever powers AI. Like, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to have, you know, like those old school, like you're on a tropical island and there's like a cabana boy that just wafts a leaf. That's what you're going to do with your degree on the wall with your photo underneath. Just... It's crazy. Yeah, we can't do anything about it. Hey, there's too many problems. We don't know what to focus on. It's crazy. You're like, AI, and then all of a sudden there's a war, and then you're like, it's too many. Pick one, and then we got to go after that one. Like, I just found out about Kash Patel. I've been late to I didn't know about this guy. That guy's in charge of the FBI? Did you guys know about that? Did we vote him in? How did that guy get any type of job? That guy, he looks surprised. Every time he's on video, he looks like he just got caught. Like every time that guy's on camera. What are you guys doing here? They're like, you called a press conference. That's why we're here. He reminds me of a guy that like daydreamed about a job and then he got it and then he's not what he thought it was gonna be and he's like, oh, this sucks. You get a job at Subway, you're like, I want to be the manager, and then you become the manager and you're just stuck making the schedule in the back. You're like, this sucks. This is not what I pictured it be. Yeah, it's too much, but he's not the only one. It's all of them. Everyone Trump picks for a job is like, well, you can't, like, if you're putting a sitcom together, everyone can't be Kramer. All right, you gotta pick a straight man. There needs to be a straight man, and then there's the characters around the straight, but everyone can't be coming in like, like everyone. You need a regular guy. It's very interesting. God, but it's fun. I don't know. I try to just remember the stuff that we, because everyone's like, oh, we're so divided. I'm like, yeah, but we still connect on stuff. There's still universal principles that connect us as Americans. It's just hard to think of sometimes. That's all. But I thought of it, and I got it. Air conditioning. All right? Am I right? Am I right? Doesn't matter where you stand politically. It doesn't matter what God you believe in. Doesn't matter if you stormed the Capitol or you thought it was sad. Everyone believes in air conditioning, all right? If we're stuck in a room, the only argument should be 68 or 70. That's it. That's the only argument. Put on some sleeves. Let's put it down to 68, all right? I never realized. I spent 2 weeks in Europe last month, and they don't do air conditioning. They just live in whatever's going on. Can you imagine that? They're supposed to be ahead of us. They've been around longer, and they don't believe in. They don't believe in that. They just believe sitting in your own filth. That's what they believe in. Just sitting, just clammy in public. That's what they believe in. Walk through a European airport and go, why am I angry? It's because you're sweating. It's because you're sweating, because the steam coming from the Starbucks is for some reason the temperature of the airport. They don't believe in air conditioning. They're savages. They're not who we are as people. God, that's the one thing that gets me. Like, I was in an Uber. Sometimes I'll look at the Uber driver's name and I'll be like, we're not getting air conditioning in this ride. I can just tell by the name. I can already picture I'm going to be on the interstate, windows down, just regular freeway air coming in. Isn't that better? No, it's not, because it's not cold air. It's just more of it. It's just more warm air mixed with gravel hitting me in the ear. Why are we... It's a brand new Honda CR-V. There is dealership Freon in that AC system just begging to come loose, and you won't do it. You won't do it. That's where I get a little conservative. I don't care if you learn the language. Learn an AC. All right? That's all you gotta learn. Hit the A. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so political. It grinds my gears, when you're hot. That's not fun. But yeah, very nice town, Raleigh. I enjoyed it. I just it is beautiful, and I used to think I think the problem, my only gripe is there's no sense of danger. It just feels like you're always safe, and I don't like that. I like I live in San Diego, which is a very nice town. There's beaches, sunshine, but there's still some people where you're like, that guy's got a knife. That guy's a little unstable. That guy might come out of the woodworks, you keep an eye out. But here, it's just nice. And then last night, RJ, your host, took us out, and he took us out we went to the Wort and Hog or something, the Hogs and Worts. It's like a cocktail bar. Do you know what I'm talking about? What's it? Watts and Worts. Yes. It's a classic modern cocktail bar where everything's old but it's new, and it's dimly lit, and there's no menus. You have to get your phone out and a QR code. And if you don't have a phone, you don't get to drink. You just hang out. It's modern, but it's old. And then I got the Gold Fashioned, which is a $30 cocktail, and I'm like, that's a lot. Do you ever, because that's too close to the word old fashioned, which is what I wanted, and the guy's like, Gold Fashioned? And I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, that one. And then I saw it was $30. I'm like, damn it, you know? But I feel weird because I don't want him to, because then you're arguing. You're like, well, how much is the old fashioned? And then you just look poor, you know? So, but yeah, we walked around there, and then we walked by the bus station. I'm like, this is what I was looking for. You know, a little bit of, just a hint of danger, just a little touch, a little zest of city. You need a zest of city. If you don't have that, it's just a bunch of big buildings. That's what for, you know? It is, I don't know if you've ridden the bus. Not the city bus, but a good Greyhound. That's fun. That's a little sense of, that's how people used to get around. And now it's just people. And you're like, where are you going? Where are you going? Just to do that in another town? Where are you headed? Last time I took a Greyhound bus, I was in Oregon. I was going from Portland down to Medford. And if you've never taken that Greyhound bus route, I should let you know that the first stop south of Portland is in Willamette, Oregon, in front of the state penitentiary, where we picked up 2 prisoners who just got out of prison. And you're like, how do you know that? They yelled it. They had clear plastic bags with their belongings, and they came on and said, we just got out of prison. To which everyone on the bus responded, And I remember one of the prisoners sat right behind me, or right in front of me, excuse me, and he looked back, saw me, and I can't tell you the look he gave me, but I've never seen anyone look at me like that before. He assessed me in a second. He's like, he's not a threat, and I could take advantage. All right. And then he turned back around. And I remember him and his friend just started hitting on this woman, this young lady right across the aisle, just like, we just got out. Their pickup line was, we just got out of prison. Like, hey, I'm trying to woo you off your, we just got out of prison. And she's like, that's nice. And they were just talking to her. And I remember she looked scared and she looked at me and I'm like, I'm not helping you. Like, dude, we are on our own. This is a Greyhound bus, all right? Everyone signed up to be on their own on this Greyhound bus. She's looking at me, I'm like, no, I just remember hugging my backpack going, God, I hope they don't know I have an iPad. You know, that's all I hope they can't tell. Hope I don't give off iPad energy. Yeah, I like being around bus stations. Wouldn't it be fun to interview them? Where are you going? Why? What business do you have going to where you're going? And why the overnight bus? I don't know. It's fun. I wonder that sometimes. I don't know. It's been interesting. I've been doing well. Thank you for asking. I've been relaxing. I've been doing a lot of relaxing. I can't tell if I'm relaxing or if I'm depressed sometimes. Do you ever have that moment? There's a fine line between relaxing and depressed. They know each other. A lot of them are the same activities, if you think about it. Think of the last time you really relaxed. Now think of the last time you were really depressed. Kind of similar, right? Usually in a prone position. I can't tell. Like, they're depressed and relaxing. Their neighbors and the property line isn't defined. It's a little... That fence goes like this. It moves across. I was in the bath. I've been taking a lot of baths lately. And I get in relaxed, and then after like 5 seconds, I'm like... I might be sad. There's like the initial, I couldn't tell. And then I remember I pulled the plug and I didn't leave. You ever stay in as the water goes down? I remember the water was gone. I'm just in the bottom of the tub. And my wife came in. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I think I'm depressed. I was relaxing and it emerged into depression. It's interesting. I don't know. It happens sometimes. Yeah, you don't have to say, but it's, I'm fine. I don't think I have any goals. Like, this was it, and it worked out. Yeah, it worked out. And some people are like, don't you want to perform in a stadium? And I'm like, God, no. Could you imagine that? You have the police escort, and you have to do a sound check. Ho, ho, ho. You gotta hear my punchline 8 times as it reverberates through the arena. I don't want to do that. I want a late show next to a closed-down Shake Shack. That's what I want. Like, this is what it's gonna be. By the way, this is what it's gonna be. Once AI really takes over, we're gonna have to sneak out of our houses, avoid all the cameras, and sneak into a broken-down old building, and then a man's gonna talk and go, all right, here's the plan. All right? We're all going to be Dennis Leary and his friends in Demolition Man. You guys remember that movie? 30 years ago, everyone was in polite society, and Dennis Leary came out of the sewer like a rat. He's like, ah. Yeah, I'm going to be referencing a lot of old movies. That's what I do. I don't watch anything new. I mean, I'll watch them, but none of it sticks with me. I don't know what they're doing to movies, but it's not good. It isn't. Like, they have the recipe of good, and then it's just not. It's like Mexican food from Chipotle. It's like, it's all here. All the colors are here. And then, that's not it. That's just not it. I know you say it's guacamole, but that's not guacamole. Have you had guacamole? This isn't guacamole. That's how movies feel. Like, I recognize the actors, and the script sounds like words, and then it just keeps going. And it doesn't end, and then when you leave, you're like, what was that? And then they're like, it won an Academy Award. And I'm like, if you say so. All right, I guess. I suppose. Yeah, for what? For the best of all time. That's what it won for. You know what I think they should be allowed? I think the Academy Awards should allow entries of old movies that didn't win. Like from, like, I don't know, just some movie from like 1992. And be like, and then you throw it in, and then people watch it, and they go, oh my God, this is better. It's just bad. I don't know. There's no editing. I think they killed all the editors in Hollywood. Every scene, every movie is every shot and every scene they ever filmed. And they're like, here it is. And I'm like, why am I watching this? Every documentary, even documentaries, so much information where you're like, can you cut this down into like a 60-minute Dateline episode? That would be great. With commercial breaks. Like every document. What's that? No, exactly. Like, you watch it, everything's like, well, we need 10 episodes. It's just a murder. This guy killed her. And, I mean, it's interesting, but it's, what do you want me to do? You want me to talk about his background? All right. And there's just footage of him on the track team in high school, and you're like, did he have to chase her down to kill her? Like, what does this have to do? But it doesn't. And it just shows him holding a medal. And then you're like, all right, I guess he was a track star, and then he killed that girl. It's bizarre. Why do I need to know? Just tell me the killing. I don't know. I just feel like I don't belong anywhere. I feel like I don't have my tribe. I don't fit. Thank you. I'm alone. I feel it with the documentaries. Like, I don't fit, like I watched the documentary, The Manosphere. I don't know if you saw that one. That one's on Netflix. It wasn't a series. It was just like 90 minutes. It was kind of redundant. It was the same thing. If you don't know, I didn't know about these Manosphere guys because I have a different algorithm. All right, these guys aren't on my my algorithm right now is just donkeys. That's what I'm getting. I liked like one donkey video on Instagram, and Instagram's like, you like donkeys, and that's it. And they won't let me watch anything else. And I do like donkeys, but I like other stuff. They come out, and they just run around. They're adorable. If I'm ever rich, I'd love to get a donkey, but I want other so my algorithm, these guys don't come up on my algorithm, but these guys, if you haven't seen these Manosphere guys, they're like young and they're jacked, and they take their shirt off and they'll be like, hey, what's up? You're a pussy. And apparently people keep watching after that. Like, I wouldn't, if I saw that, I'd be like, no, sir. And I'm not gonna sit here and be insulted by the likes of you. But some people are like, well, why do you say that? And then they're like, I have 8 Ferraris and 10 girlfriends. Follow my crypto grift, and then I'll teach you how. And then people signed up, and I was blown away. I was fascinated by this whole niche world that isn't that niche. They're very popular. And I was like, it was weird because I watched the documentary, and there was like a lot of stuff that I like line up with these guys. Like, if they would calm down, I'd be on their Patreon. All right? They lose me later, because in the beginning they're like, what's wrong with a man being a man? And I'm like, yeah. And what's wrong with sports? I'm like, I love sports. They're like, what's wrong with 80s action movies? I'm like, not a damn thing. You know? I grew up on 80s action. Put Cobra on right now. I'll cancel dinner plans. Let's watch that horrible movie, Cobra. That's awesome. He keeps a match, and he just lights his cigarette, and he wears sunglasses at night. Cobra, hell yeah. That's how I grew up. And they're like, yeah, what's wrong with action movies? I go, nothing. And then they go, yeah, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. And you're like, what was that? You had me. You had a full-on... I was getting my credit card out to sign up for your Patreon. You had me at man, sports, action movie. What happened over here? Women shouldn't be allowed to vote. And you're like, okay. And then they're like, don't take that the wrong way. We don't hate women. And I'm like... Yeah, I don't know if I think you hate women, but you definitely have a weird relationship with your mom. I think that's all it is. I don't think they hate women. I think they just have a bad relationship with their mother, and then they ended up marrying a woman that characteristically was like their mother, and that didn't work out, and they're like, oh, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. And you're like, you've only met 2 of them. What are you even talking about? You haven't even met enough women. You've met 1 woman. So I don't fit in with the manospheres. I also don't fit in with the intelligent group. I've always been like intelligent adjacent, but not quite in. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of books at home. If you came over to my house and saw my book collection, you'd be like, whoa, this is a learned individual. But if you pulled out one of the books and you're like, what's this one about? And then I told you, you'd be like, I don't know if you read that book. You know, I don't know if he read that, because I just know what I read. That's all. Like, if you'd be like, what's this book? I'm like, oh, that guy, he's a writer, and he just travels through Europe with his friends, and he's into this girl, and she's into him, but they never hook up. And she sleeps with all his friends, and they go fishing, and they go to a bullfight in Pamplona. And you're like, that's it? And you're like, yeah, that's what I got out of it. And they're like, I think you missed something. And I'm like, I don't know. That's what it said. Like, that's who I am. If I'm one of those, I don't read between the lines. Like, if you didn't write it, I didn't get it. All right? Like, you got to write your book like a police report for me to fully get whatever themes and values you're trying to get out of it. Because that book I just described as Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. Thank you. Yeah, a couple of you got it. Yeah, I just read it, and I enjoyed it, but that was the book. The main character's into this woman named Brett. She's clearly into him, but they just never get together, and she kind of sleeps around with all these other guys, and then they have, at a cafe the next day, they all sit together, and she's like, I just had sex with Tom, and Tom's like, ha ha ha. And then the main character who should be jealous isn't, and he's like, oh, that's how I'm doing my own things. And they go fishing, and then they eventually get to a bullfight in Pamplona, and it kind of ends. And I remember finishing and going, that was all right, I did that, I read that. Let me put that on my shelf so people know that I know. And but I have a friend. I have a smart book friend. His name's John. We've been friends since middle school. He has a master's degree in literature, so he's really good at books. And so he's the guy I call after I finish a book. And I told him, I just finished The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. He's like, oh yeah, I've read that. He's like, what'd you think? I was like, I thought it was all right. But I'm like, I don't know why the main character didn't hook up with that girl Brett. Clearly into each other, and they just kind of pussyfoot around, and they never do it, and they just kind of move on. I didn't get it. And he's like, oh yeah, he couldn't hook up with her because his genitals were blown off in the war. What page was that on? I read that whole book. That was not on any of the pages. And he's like, oh, that was implied. And I was like, how do you imply that? Like, you gotta say that. Where was that? How was it implied? Was it in the scenery? Is that where they slipped it in? Because I skim that. I skim any book where, you know, the parts where they're like, the cascading bluffs came down the hillside into the babbling brook. I go, yeah. When are you talking to somebody again? That's how maybe they slipped it in there, for all I know. That's why I missed it. Maybe it was in one of those paragraphs where like, oh, the trees were sprouting out of the spring soil and I'm smooth down there. And I'm like, oh, that's... maybe that's what it was. But I didn't get that. That's what I mean. I'm like intelligence adjacent. I read the same books, but we are not getting the same facts.